Hello everyone, welcome back to A Filmmaker Plays Bioshock. It's been a wee while since we actually played some Bioshock on the stream, but kind of excited to get back into it. Roughly trying to remember what's going on. I think we're going to go clobber Andrew Ryan with a stick or something. Let's find out. It'll be fun for the whole family.
Watch yourself. Ryan's stirring. We best keep to our knitting. It's time to either run the table or go home empty. Ryan's got the genetic key to Rapture. We get that from him, and we get out of this hellhole. We don't, then you and I are ghosts. Now, would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch?
That's what I'm doing.
Time to finish this.
Okay.
I say Cohen's lost his touch, if you knew him when. Well, he used to believe in the work, in the struggle.
Man, you guys just never stop talking,
He
do
rots
you?
in that Neverland, waiting for someone to come and tell him he still got it. I suppose that's why he let you live.
Okay, now that they're done talking, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Skye Blacke. I am a professional filmmaker and a writer with a degree in both filmmaking and another degree in writing/English, and I use those degrees to analyze video games from a more narrative perspective in order for us to better appreciate the art we all love. We are 4 parts into Bioshock. You can check the other 3 parts out on YouTube, and if you're watching us live on Twitch, I just want to say thank you very much. So, to answer the chat's question, how did I get kicked out of a rave? Also, this is a fine-looking fellow. To be honest, it actually wasn't even that bad. It was just, went to a rave, friend... So a friend of mine and I, we were sitting outside, having a smoke. And, they had the hiccups and they sat down. And the bouncers were like, nah, you're too drunk. I'm like, they're the least drunk person out of all of us. But you know how it's like you're trying to argue with bouncers and you're like, yeah, this isn't going to go well. Ooh, little photography. A Houdini splicer. Why was that only a C? Houdini splicers are vulnerable to anti-personnel rounds. Yeah, they are. So somehow I got kicked out of a fucking... To be fair, a rave had a bouncer, which was a bit weird. But it was a good night. Bouncer sees one person hiccup and go, yep, you're drunk, get the fuck out. Basically, that was it, probably. The office of Andrew Ryan. Ryan Industries. Okay, so we've got some obvious symbolism here of Atlas. Again, a lot of the politics in that Andrew Ryan represents is lifted directly from the works of Ayn Rand, such as Atlas Shrugged and The Fountainhead, and her shitty libertarian beliefs that I'm not a huge fan of. So the imagery here, fairly obvious. You have to remember that Bioshock is a critique of Randian philosophies. And also just
You can taste it, can't you?
like general capitalist philosophies.
Andrew Ryan.
Let's go shoot the bastard. So, there's some very clear symbolism going on here about how Andrew Ryan built his industry on the blood of men. Like, Andrew Ryan's entire industry is that of something built on the blood of the worker. And, like, the fact there's the no gods or kings, only man, then his name in giant lights, a statue that is presumably supposed to represent him, and then the only actual man in this image is dead, bloodied, bruised, with a chemical thrower next to him. Shows again how Ryan's philosophy is just bullshit. it's just wrong. Like it's bullshit. This bullshit is just factually wrong. Round and round the garden. Only I can benefit from the fruits of your labour. Honestly, kinda, yeah. Right. Let's do it. Fifth Lord time. That. 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 Eat napalm, fucker! If there's one thing I know Americans love, it's fucking napalm. That was meant as a criticism of America's tactics in the Vietnam War. I was not condoning it. Just wanted to establish that. Oh, a fucking cream-filled cake? Me when I me when I when I and your mom. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put away your tools. That's accidentally the most communist thing he said. Also, let's talk a bit about this concept of the Great Chain. Right? So the Great Chain is Andrew Ryan's philosophical belief that all of society is bound by a chain. And that we're all bound by it and we all pull it at the same time. And it only benefits when everyone is pulling the chain in a direction focusing on the individual. But, like, factually, we know that's not how chains work. Like, if everyone was trying to pull a chain... if everyone's pulling a chain, if you know, if we're all standing in a circle, chat, so... We're all standing in a circle, and we're all trying to pull a chain attached to, let's say, a rock or something. And we're all trying to pull it in different directions. Factually speaking, that's not going to go anywhere. It may go, say, in my direction if I'm the strongest, but that doesn't mean it's going in the direction that's directly beneficial to everyone else. And that's basically the brunt of libertarian belief systems. And the free market economy.
Trying to get as close to Ryan's gate as possible without making a spectacle of myself. He's got it shielded 6 ways till Easter. There's no way into that place. All I got from my trouble was the hairy eyeball from Ryan's splicer mates. What's the reward you get for trying to outsmart the best electrical engineer of our generation?
The present. You like it.
Where are you, you spooky bitch? Ah, there's going to be a security camera somewhere around. Oh, found it. Okay. Is there anything we can make in the U invent that would be useful? Bloodlust? We can be a vampire? Yes. You know, when describing capitalists, Karl Marx actually used the philosophy of comparing the capitalistic agenda to vampires. He called them vampiric. There's a reason why in traditional vampire media, vampires are people in high echelons of society. They're people like counts, and they run great courts because they literally feed off of the people below them.
The worm looks up and sees the face of God. But look around. It's a regular convention of worms in here. They all had mothers, fathers, people who loved them. They got married, fucked their wives. What makes you think you're any different? I haven't chosen the spot for you on the wall yet. Let me know if you have a preference.
So here's the thing as well. And again, here is another example of Andrew Ryan's betrayed philosophy.
I never killed a man, let alone a mate. But this is what things come to. I don't know if killing Mr. Ryan will stop the war, but I know it won't stop while that man breathes.
Just letting that finish.
I love Mr. Ryan, but I love Ratchet. If I have to kill one to save the other, so be it.
Okay, so we'll go into that in a minute. But there's another example of Andrew Ryan's broken philosophy. The entire founding principle of Rapture is no gods, no kings, only man. And then the moment Ryan stepped in here, he directly referred to himself as a god. So
I had to go jungle style with that filthy ape for
the other thing is, again, a lot of it is just examples of Andrew Ryan's inherent bias and flaw in his philosophy. Andrew Ryan claims to believe fundamentally that Rapture is the paramount paradise that everyone loves. But apparently, if you try to defend Rapture or your idea of Rapture against Ryan's idea of Rapture, Ryan will pick self-preservation every time. So he killed his friend because his friend was like, this is better for Rapture. Which is actually Ryan being so anti-socialist in his belief that he murdered his friend, because he doesn't actually care about his city. He cares about his city as long as his name is the one that's on it, because he feels like he made it. So it's not about the city, it's about him again.
3 weeks, but he finally spilled the beans on how to get to Andrew Ryan. Generate a sympathetic overload in harmonic chord number 3. That's simple. Now all I gotta do is figure out what the hell a sympathetic overload is, and for that matter, a harmonic chord number 3. Piece of cake for an electrical engineer. Too bad I designed ladies' shoes. Gonna go see the grease monkeys left alive in heat loss monitoring. See what I can shake out of their trees.
Like all parasites who ever tried to walk in stolen shoes. I'd explain the science that renders what you're trying to do impossible, but that would be like playing Mozart for a tree frog. life. Even now, can't you hear the breath returning to her lungs? The shops reopening, the schools humming with the thoughts of young minds. My city will live. My city will thrive.
My city.
When that day comes, we'll use your tombstone for paving tiles.
I mean, that is a pretty metal line. We'll use your tombstone for pavement tiles. It's interesting again, Ryan's sitting here being like, my city is, it's alive, it will thrive. Meanwhile, we are literally wading through shit. I'm not dealing with that.
What is the difference between a man and a parasite? A man builds, a parasite asks, where's my share? A man creates, a parasite says, what will the neighbors think? A man invents, a parasite says, watch out, or you might tread on the toes of God.
Get down from there. It's also interesting that Ryan routinely refers to the concept of a parasite, yet he literally has, and I think he's the only one so far who uses spider splicers. Now, obviously spiders aren't a parasite, they're a very valid member of society. I mean, all parasites are. Actually, that's a good point. A parasite is quite an a parasite is still something that is required in like evolution and in life. I haven't played in a while, but his parasite speech reminded me of the audio bit where he commissioned someone to make something for him, but when it came time to pay the person, he just said some quote and laughed them off. That's Andrew Ryan.
Ignore the lies of Atlas and his parasites. Rapture is on the rise.
See, again, when people defended Rapture against him, against Ryan, it wasn't about Rapture, it was about Ryan. When it's about Atlas possibly taking Rapture, it's about Rapture. Get some of that napalm. Can we just put out that the chemical thrower looks like a fucking, like, toy gun? Water gun! That was the word I was looking for. Where did my daddy end up? Stop that. Interesting. So that's one of the ways that Fontaine gained a grasp on this society, is that he made poorhouses. And like, I'm sorry, but any society that requires, that claims to be a capitalistic heaven, that requires a poorhouse clearly doesn't work.
Do you guys have any idea there's a war on? If you don't follow proper maintenance of those big daddies, they burn through those R-34s like them Eve's apple berries go to penicillin. I've got Atlas's crews hitting us non-stop and 2 dead mechanics just this week. We need to control costs. If I wanted to deal with amateurs, I would have stayed on dry land.
Strikes me that Fontaine wasn't overly inconvenienced by his own demise. On New Year's Eve, these wretched splicers come streaming out of the poorhouses and stormed the proverbial barricades. They're right in the streets. Johnny and Janie's citizen are lined up round the block for plasmids. Anything to help fend off the rabble.
So that's how plasmids became so required. Literally, it was these people did horrible mutations to themselves in order to defeat the poor. Photos taken a moment before disaster. Come on, father. Come on. Oh shit. Got him. It's also interesting that the Little Sisters have a bit of an Alice in Wonderland appearance going on.
You saved me.
Anyway, back into the depths of Rapture we go. Oh, there's also an obvious metaphor with that one, where we have to literally descend into Rapture. Like, imagine naming your city Rapture and being like, why does no one like it here? Right. Where are you? Where are you? I wonder. Oh, you can turn the quest arrow off. Okay. Let's see how well this game is designed. Oh, great. Okay, that...
to create a place
Like, yes, they scared me. The funny fact was that I blew them up immediately.
you could only loot and break. You're not a man. You're just a termite at Versailles.
Ryan says things that he thinks sounds clever, but really are just gibberish. A lot of the time, I've noticed.
Let me tell you something about keyboards and all them university types. They're so smart, except when they eat. I put a couple of drinks in him last week, and before I could say boo, he's telling me he's got the code to his office key to the date of Australia Day. Now's every week I slip in real gentle and sneak a book or two with him. The Aussie never notices, and I ain't about to tell him. Seems like there's all kind of crazy stuff back there. Maybe
Shit, shit, shit,
maybe
shit,
one
shit,
day I'll
shit.
get more ambitious.
Shit, 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 shit. Health station. Things are bad for Skye. And Skye is dead. If you guys are enjoying this analysis, consider giving the stream a share and giving me a follow on the various social media channels here and around other places. I can't do this without you guys' support, so thank you deeply from the bottom of my heart. Right? What's in the workshop?
I shall lay my vengeance upon you!
He'll lay his vengeance upon me. I'm not sure how he's going to do that without his head. Nice, nice baby. Bonk, bonk. And then we'll just give you a little... how do I turn you off again? Like this. Hacky do? There's the bitch. So apparently that was the hardest difficulty. You are wounded. Find a health station. Shit. It's an interesting hacking system. Not necessarily a good one, but it's certainly interesting. Hi there. What's a city without a body or two stuffed into a locker? That's the sign of industrial progress. God, I hate it here. This city's a fucking nightmare.
There's Mr. Bubbles. Oh, I'm ready for Dreamtime.
That. Come on, you big blobbery fuck. That did not work as nearly as well as I thought it was going to. Shit. I think the game just like forced me out of there, by the way. Like, I think I found a hiding spot and the game just went, nah. No, not there. Is this the workshops? This is the workshops. Oh, he's gonna kill me to death. He's gonna kill me to death. So I think his little sister might have actually wandered off. Which in that case, shit.
She's one of Ryan's spies, sent to fill me out. I think she is. If I'm wrong, an innocent girl lined up on Ryan's bloody trophy wall. If I'm right, Bill, test me right. The device is almost finished. I can't get soft now, I can't.
Ooh, a little hidey hole. Hey, buddy.
Before the final rat has eaten the last gram of you, Rapture will have returned. I will lead a parade. Who was that, they'll say, as they point to the sad shape hanging on my wall. Who was that?
You know, Ryan, for me being just like a regular guy who's not worth your time, you seem to be really bothered by me.
What a balmy dream. Some kind of fruit tree spinning like a top. And it was pouring juice down Ryan's throat, choking the bastard. But it wasn't a tree, really. When I looked closer, it was the core control. The gizmo that feeds the maglocks on Ryan's gate. You can't cut off the power. Comes right from the volcanic vents. Ryan always gets his juice. But I suppose you could drown the son of a bitch in it.
I don't really do a lot of damage research.
The basic casing is ready. I've got one charge of nitroglycerin in my office. That will serve as the catalyst. Now I need 4 R34 lead shield wire stubs to pass the circuit. Then a half can of ionic gel. That's the pretty Betty of the mix. Should send the core into compensation mode, push power down the line and trigger the circuit breaker on Ryan's gate. That's the theory. It'll either work like a charm, or blow up half of Rapture. Nothing ventured.
You do not have the necessary components. The items you require are listed in your journal.
You winners, blood! Get over here! Get over here!
You want me to get over there?
Have some of this!
Bye. I love just yeeting these guys at walls. I hit a gun turret with another gun turret. You are low on ammo but wealthy. Buy ammo at vending machines. Born in the USA.
¡Me muero!
Welcome to the Circus of Value!
Keep running!
Oh, get down from that. You're hot, then you're cold. Probably shouldn't have just bought pistol rounds, but... Hello, large father. Now, I could swear I heard a little sister crying earlier. I wish they vended clowns, honestly. To be fair, if you mean they vended clowns and then they gave 2 clowns, then yes. They gave to the citizens of Rapture. Did it! Let me in. Okay. That was honestly pretty comical. Me, I wonder why I keep losing health as I throw myself off that bridge every time. God, the pride flag really does bring the image together a bit, doesn't it? You know what they say? Be gay, do crime. Mr. Bioshock, you are a terrible shot. No wonder you get through so much armor. They came up with a guy, and then they were just like, what if he was just awful? And just like couldn't hit things directly in front of him. Shit. I didn't want to take too many of them out because I have a feeling what will happen is we'll get whatever we need in here, and then a bunch of splicers will come and attack us. And I just kind of want to watch them all get electrocuted. Is that such a crime?
Is there blood in the streets? Of course. There are some chosen to destroy themselves with careless splicing, one per mile. But I will make no proclamations. I will dictate no laws. The great chain moves slowly, but with wisdom. It is our impatience that invites in the parasite of big government. And once you've invited it in, it will never stop feeding on the body of the city.
It's very interesting that, yeah, like Ryan didn't like splicers. Like he has routinely complained about them.
A man builds a city at the bottom of
And
the sea.
yet-
That's a marvel. Another man happens to be on a plane that crash lands on the same city in the middle of the ocean. Why, that sounds more like a myth.
What are you implying there, Ryan? What's that implication supposed to mean? That me being here is not an accident? I'm getting much better at that. Sorry about this.
I've seen such terrible things and done worse myself. Thank you for reminding me that the light of the world has not yet been snuffed out. I am sending a little one to help you on your way.
Hey, remember when we joked about how her being a Nazi really shouldn't be made to be everyone else's problem? Apparently she did listen to that. Not her being a Nazi, her experiencing the horrors of Nazism, sorry. Like, is awful, but she really shouldn't have made that everyone else's problem. Well, apparently she heard us. Alright, what are you yelling about? That's what living with hypermobility joint syndrome is like. Like, you try to get up and everything just locks into place. Hi. It's like fucking Duel of the Fates from Star Wars. Dun 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 dun. But it's just two people with wrenches hitting the shit out of each other. Stop singing about Jesus. It's really annoying. You can practice your religion, just practice it in private, please. Ow. Oh, hi.
I'll go there soon with
Wait, he has two sisters? Had two little sisters. I 100% feel like they were supposed to be called Big Brothers until they realized that Big Brother has its own implication. Kill himself? That was useful.
Thank you, mister.
Almost shot a child with a grenade.
Thank you.
Find one glycerin charge. Oh.
Me, an assassin. That's rich. I could have gone along, I suppose. Spliced up. Forgot. I believed in this place. I believed in Ryan. But when it got hard, Ryan didn't believe in rapture. Didn't believe in the Great Chain. He believed in power. And now this place is busto. And my girl is... gone. Worse than gone. One of those... things. So am I an assassin? Well, only one way to find out.
Okay, so she lost her daughter into becoming a little sister. And then was radicalized by that. That, like, very real... I mean, very real radicalization. Honestly. Okay, so there's something down here that I need. Oh no, this is where the fucking thing for the bomb is. Okay, so is there another goal nearby? Or do I just need to, like, randomly search for the thing I need? Give me that coffee. I'm gonna shit later. You know, when you think about it, you become acutely aware that none of these guys ever go to the bathroom.
Hold this! Say it to the Lord! These lights shine even down here.
I think I'm coming down with a cold.
Thought we could hide from the light down here. We were wrong.
I'm definitely coming down with a cold. Time for another arc in the Six Skye show. Oh. Hadoi. Alright, something's gonna jump out at us, they always do. How about we pick up this giant bomb and we're just carrying it with us?
Hit better. You got to put it on the core past geothermal control. So we'll see if these needle noses knew what the hell they were talking about.
I said
Not dealing with you all.
Is that you?
Another one? How many sisters have I liberated? Okay. So where's my goal again? Over there. Well, this looks like a boss fight room.
Looks like the ocean's got an itch to retake this corner of Rapture. This happened right after the start of the war. Read about it in the papers. Head on in. I'll see what I can dig up to help.
Do you guys think this is a boss room? You could just buy the turrets out.
That water right quick, and you'll be able to reach the core. But Ryan's sure to take notice.
Will these creatures
All right.
kill you? Keep an eye on them. As you drag me closer to the abyss, you pull yourself right along with me. Powerful.
Yeah, I get it. The Great Chain.
Parasite. It would be preferable to what you are living in.
Assassin. That's rich.
Don't quite know why it's replaying that audio, but
I suppose. Sliced up. Forgot. I believed in this place. I believed in Ryan. But when it got hard, Ryan didn't believe in rapture. Didn't believe in the great chain. He believed in power. And now this place is busto. And my girl is...
Are they all dead? Hope so. Best be heading on to the core.
is that the core? Some of the tapes are in multiple places. Oh! Oh, wait, hang on. It's down there. I thought it was gonna, like, rise up or something. No, I have to drop down. Right, I get it now. Rising up. Ryan created this amazing city, but apparently you couldn't create fucking elevators that just have motion sensors in them, so they just go down when someone, or a pressure sensor in it.
So far away from your family, from your friends, from everything you ever loved. But for some reason, you like it here. Feel something. Can't quite put your finger on. Think about it for a second. And maybe the word will come to you.
Yeah, okay, so I'm a child of Rapture.
What did Atlas offer you? A piece of my plundered city? Mark my words, your only reward will be a knife in the back.
Thinking about it, Atlas hasn't actually offered us anything. We're just doing what he says. Run.
Christ, what a racket they're making down there. If you search the core, then there's only one more task to be done. Head on back to Ryan's gate and throw their circuit breaker. That'll let you right into his place.
Now my physical defenses fall. You will not defeat me. My strength is not in steel and fire, but in my intellect.
I'm a clever boy.
You hear me, Atlas? Andrew Ryan offers you nothing but ashes. In the end, all that matters to me is me. And all that matters to you is you.
I died. Sorry, Andrew, I wasn't listening to your big speech. Can you repeat it, please?
Keep running, coward! Kill you first! I'll kill you first!
Ryan is an ass.
By myself.
There's something kind of cool about like taking Ryan down with hacked stuff, because it's like we've literally turned his own city against him. Which I suppose in hindsight was also kind of Fontaine's goal, right? Give me one more Danny one. Yay! Shit! I must have hit Y a bit, like, too fast for it to register. Cock and balls. Headshot. Let's go kill Andrew Ryan. Fontaine fellow. He's a crook, but he's got something. We don't know what he's got, but he's got something.
Even in the book of lies, sometimes you find truth. There is indeed a season for all things. And now that I see you, flesh to flesh and blood to blood, I know I cannot raise my hand against you. But know this, you are my greatest disappointment. Does your master hear me? Atlas, you can kill me, but you will never have my city. My strength is not in steel and fire. That is what the parasites will never understand. A season for all things. A time to live and a time to die. A time to build and a time to destroy.
So I'm his son, right?
Come now, my child. There is one final thing to discuss.
Initial deployment, Vita Chamber. Client Ryan Industries, stage 1, each complete. Sinclair and Alexander tried to explain the science to me, but Suchong does not believe them. They keep saying plasmid reconstruction this and quantum entanglement that. And they prove dead people come back to life.
Welcome to the comeback when you get some money, buddy.
I'm only allowed to be tuned to hits and genetic frequencies for the testing.
What? Ryan set the core to self-destruct. This is different than what you did. He's got a mind to take down the whole damn city. Get in there and watch the jump for the whole joint blows.
Oh hey, there are no little sisters here. Would you kindly?
Advanced deployment, Lot 111, Dr. Suchong, client Fontaine Futuristics. Baby is now a year old, weighs 58 pounds, and possesses gross musculature of a fit 19-year-old. The results are disappointing, but within expected tolerances.
That's me. I'm Ryan's son.
Did you talk to your puppy? She's very pretty.
Thank you, Papa Sushon.
Break her neck for me. Break that sweet puppy's neck. No, please. Break that puppy's neck. Would you kindly? No. No.
Oh, I get it. I got it.
The assassin has overcome my final defense, and now he's come to murder me. In the end, what separates a man from a slave? Money? Power? No. A man chooses. A slave obeys. You think you have memories. A farm. A family. An airplane. A crash. And then this place. Was there really a family? Did that airplane crash? Or was it hijacked? Forced down. Forced down by something less than a man. Something bred to sleepwalk through life until they are activated by a simple phrase spoken by their kindly master. Was a man sent to kill or a slave? A man chooses. A slave obeys. Come in. Stop, would you kindly? Would you kindly? Powerful phrase. Familiar phrase.
Would you kindly? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch?
Sit, would you kindly? Stand, would you kindly? Run! Stop! Turn. A man chooses. A slave obeys. Kill! A man chooses! A slave obeys! Obey!
Hurry now! Grab Ryan's genetic key! Now would you kindly put it in that goddamn machine?
Would you kindly? So I've known about Would You Kindly for ages. That is how you do some great subversive writing. So, now the question obviously is, how does Atlas know the trigger word? So, for those of you who aren't quite following what just happened, we have memories of a life as a normal man called Jack and growing up on a farm and with a family and stuff. And these memories are all fake. We are actually a child of Andrew Ryan and someone else. Jolene, it was like one of his ladies. we were a child of these two that Tenenbaum and another doctor experimented on for Fontaine in order to create the perfect assassin. And then we were sent out into the world and brought back to Rapture and activated in order to crash the plane and thus finally kill Andrew Ryan for Fontaine. But if Fontaine was the one who wanted us to do this, how did Atlas know how to do it? Because I think I figured out who Atlas is.
Nice work, Bio. It's time to end this little masquerade. There ain't no Atlas kid. Never was. Selling my line of work takes on a variety of aliases. Hell, once I was even a Chinaman for 6 months. But you've been a sport, so I guess I owe you a little honesty. The name's Frank Fontaine.
I gotta say, I had a lot of business partners in my life, but you, of course, the fact that you were genetically conditioned to bark like a cocker spaniel when I said, would you kindly, might have had something to do with it, but still. Now, as soon as that machine finishes processing the genetic key you just fished off Ryan, I'm gonna run Rapture tits to toes. You've been a pal. You know what they say? Never mix business with friendship. Thanks for everything, kid. Don't forget to say hi.
So all of this was because Fontaine wanted to run Rapture. My little sister.
Watch out, mister! Follow me!
A bunch of little sisters.
Come with me!
Tenenbaum's safe house.
Welcome back, child. Welcome to the city where you were born. You are angry at Fontaine, yes? Now you know the truth. You are his tool, brought back to Rapture to save him. You have saved many of my little ones. I owe you a debt. While you sleep, I undo some of Fontaine's mental conditioning. His control is no longer complete, but he can still pull some very unpleasant strings. We made your mind with many locks and keys. Fontaine has most of those keys, but not all. Suchong designed your mind, taught Fontaine to control you. You might find answers in Suchong's flat in Mercury Suites.
New goal. Save yourself from Fontaine.
Me! Mama Tenenbaum said he'll help us. There he is. The one who will save us all. I like him. Who's he? He's here to help us.
So I guess I'm Big Brother. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to call it there. I hope you all had a very good stream. I hope you enjoyed the episode. We will be back, of course, with some more Bioshock later down the line. And until then, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.